Hi everybody, this is my homework.
Jan was a very rude woman.
Yes,
She was always rude to everybody.
to everybody,
She was always very harsh
harsh
to everybody.
to everybody.
How was Jan?
Jan was rude
Jan was
and
rude.
harsh
Jan was rude and
to
harsh
everybody,
to everyone.
to everyone.
Who was very harsh and rude to everyone?
Jan was rude and harsh to everyone.
Was very harsh and was very rude to everyone. Was Jan gentle and kind?
No, not gentle and
She was
kind.
not gentle and kind. She was harsh.
She was rude and
She was
harsh
rude.
to everyone.
Was she rude and harsh to some people?
No, not some people. To
Not some
everyone.
people. To everyone. She was rude and harsh to
Yes.
everyone.
To everyone.
People didn't like Jan.
People didn't
Nobody
like her.
liked Jan.
Nobody
Why
liked
not?
her. Because she rude and
Because
harsh
she was
to
rude and
everyone.
harsh to everyone. Jan always said rude comments to her friends. She always said harsh, rude zingers. Zinger? What's a zinger? A zinger is something that's surprising or shocking. So a zinger of a comment means a surprise comment. Jan always said rude zingers. She always gave rude zingers to her friends. It means rude, surprising comments. So a rude zinger would be a rude, surprising comment. Were her zingers rude or funny?
Rude. Her
Her
zinger
zingers
was
were
rude.
rude. Her surprising comments were always rude. Were her zingers kind?
No, not
No,
kind.
not kind.
Her zingers
zingers,
were
her
rude.
surprising comments were always harsh and rude. Who always gave harsh zingers to her friends?
Jan.
Who always said harsh zingers to her friends?
Jan always said zinger to
Jan.
her friends.
Jan always said harsh zingers to her friends. What kind of zingers?
Rude zinger.
Harsh zingers.
Harsh
Rude
zinger.
zingers. Who gave harsh, rude zingers?
To her.
Jan always said harsh, rude zingers. Shocking, surprising, rude comments all the time.
All the
How
time.
often?
All
All
the
the time.
time.
All the time. She gave harsh, rude zingers to her friends and everyone else.
Everyone else.
Were her friends happy?
No, they're not happy.
No,
They
they
cry.
cried. Jan, so
It's so
mean.
mean. Jan is so harsh.
Every day, Jan's
Jan's
friends
friends
cried.
cried and cried. Well,
one day,
one day,
Jan
Jan
decided to change.
change.
She decided, I'm going to be a good person. I'm going to be kind and gentle and sweet. She summoned all her friends to her house. What did she do?
She summoned her friends to her house.
Did she call her friends to her house?
Yes.
Yes, she did. She called them to her house. She said, come to my house, please. She said please because trying to be nice now. So she summoned her friends. Who did she summon?
Her friends. All her friends.
Jan summoned her friends. She called her friends. Come to my house. Come to my house.
Come
She
to my
summoned
house,
them.
please.
Who summoned all her friends to her house?
Jan. Jan summoned all her friends to her
summoned
house.
all her friends to her house. Which friends did she summon?
All her friends.
Well, all of them. She summoned every friend. All of them. Jan summoned all of her friends to her house.
To her house.
Where did she summon them to?
To her house. She
Her
summoned
house.
to
She
her
summoned
friend
them
to her
to
house.
her house. They all came to her house. They sat in the living room. And then Jan coughed up a compliment to each one. Jan said something nice to each one. It was a little difficult for Jan because usually in the past she was always so harsh and rude, so she had to cough it up. She had to force the compliment out. It wasn't easy in the beginning. So she kind of, you're a very nice person. You're really intelligent. And she kind of coughed out the compliments. She forced them out of her body, forced them out of her mouth. Did the compliments come out easily?
No, they did easily.
Oh, no, they didn't. They didn't come out easily. She had to force them out. She had to cough them up.
Force them out her body.
What did Jan cough up?
Compliments.
Compliment
Jan
is
coughed
a
up
nice
compliments.
statement. Something you say that's nice to someone. She had to cough up compliments.
Compliments.
Who had to cough up compliments?
Jan. Jan had to cough up
Jan coughed up
compliments
compliments to her friends.
to her friends.
Who did she cough up the compliments to?
Her friends.
To her friends. She coughed up compliments
To her
to her
friends.
friends or for her friends.
Yes.
What did she do?
She coughed up compliments to her friends.
To her friends. How did she say them?
She
She coughed
coughed
them
up.
up. She forced them out.
She forced
Wasn't
them out
easy,
her
but she
body,
did.
up her mouth.
She said, I'm very sorry. I will never be harsh to you again. Was she going to be harsh to her friends again?
No, she said, I will
No, she said, I
never be
will
harsh
never be
to
harsh
you
to you
again.
again. How was she going to be?
She's going to be a good person,
Well, she was
kind,
going to be
gentle, and
kind.
sweet.
She was going to be gentle and kind to all her friends. She was not going to be harsh ever again.
Ever again.
And so,
And so,
over the
over
course
the course
of 2 years,
Jan became
became nicer
nicer
and
and
nicer. She was super kind. She was super friendly. She
Super
gave compliments to
friendly.
everybody.
To everybody.
Over the course of how many years did she do this?
2 years. Over the course of 2
Over the
years.
course of 2 years. For 2 years.
For
During
2
2 years.
years.
For 2 years.
During
Over the
2
course
years.
of 2 years. Who was nice and kind over the course of 2 years?
Jan. Jan was nice
Jan was
and
always
kind over the
nice
course of
and
2
kind and
years.
friendly over the course of 2 years.
Yes.
For how long?
For 2 years.
For 2 years. Over
During
the
2
course of 2
years.
years. Over the course of 2 years, what did Jan do?
Jan became nicer, nicer,
became
and nicer.
Very kind.
She
Jan
was super
gave
kind
compliments
and
every day,
super
all the time,
friendly.
over the course of 2 years. Who always gave compliments over the course of 2 years, every day?
Jan. Jan
always gave compliments every day
every
to
day.
everybody over the course of 2 years.
Over the course of 2 years.
Now, of course, everybody loved Jan. After 2 years, they loved her. They gave her kisses. They gave her money.
Yes.
They gave her love and friendship. Everybody in the world loved Jan. And Jan, of course, felt very fulfilled, very happy, very satisfied.
And very satisfied.
After 2 years, how did Jan feel?
She felt fulfilled. She felt
felt
happy and
fulfilled.
she felt
She felt
satisfied.
satisfied and very, very happy.
Very happy, very satisfied.
Why did she feel fulfilled after 2 years?
Because everybody in the world
Well,
loved
because now
her.
everybody loved her. After 2 years, everybody loved Jan.
Jan.
So she felt fulfilled. How did she feel?
She felt
She
fulfilled,
felt
happy,
fulfilled.
and
She felt
satisfied.
satisfied and happy. Who felt fulfilled?
Jan felt fulfilled,
Jan
happy,
felt
and
fulfilled.
satisfied.
She felt loved. She felt appreciated. She felt fulfilled. And that is the end of our mini story for...
And thank you for watching.